Hello students. So today we are going to see this topic types of DBMS users. Okay, and difference between DBMS and RDBMS and relational types of relationship. And the last topic is relational algebra in DBMS. Okay, so these are all the topics that we are going to cover in today's video. Okay, so the first thing is yes, types of DBMS user. So there are three different peoples who are involved in database management system. So one is the database administrator. Okay, so this person, database administrator or DBA, is the one who manages the complete database management system. The DBA takes care of the security of the DBMS, managing the license key, managing user accounts and access, etc. So this person handles the uh, user accounts. Okay, who can access what data, and who are all can access this software, and security of this software. Everything is handled by this DBA administrator. He can even create new user, he can delete the user account, or he can provide access control to each user. Okay, see, so these are all the work of DBA database administrator. So in so many companies there are DBS. Okay, so every software developing country, developing companies will have this DBA. So his work is to manage the database users. So the next thing is application programmer or software developer. Okay, so these are all the software engineers that will be using this user accounts to access the database, to deploy some data into it. Okay, to store some data into it. Okay, so they may even design the database. Okay, how the table will be, and what are the data that has to be validated before storing into this database. Everything will be uh, designed by this or developed by this programmers. Okay, so the last user is the end user. So he'll be using the application. Okay, so he'll be he or she will be uploading some data. Then the software will process it, and it will store the information in the database and create or generate reports based on the data that are stored. These are all the users. So next thing is database designer. Database designer is responsible for identifying the data to be stored in the database, of for choosing appropriate structure to represent and store the data. Okay, so this person is only the design. Okay, he'll be creating design, how the table must be, and how the data can be stored in the database based on the requirements of the software. So everything will be designed by this database designer. So the next topic is difference between DBMS and RDBMS. Okay, so DBMS means database management system. RDBMS means relational database management system. So there are some difference between these two management systems. Okay, so the first thing is expansion. Okay, so DBMS expansion is database management system, and RDBMS means relational database management system. Uh, Here data storage. Okay, DBMS provides navigational models, that is data by linking records. So if you see the tables in the DBMS means it will be connected to another table. That table will be connected to another table. So likewise, it will be linked with so many tables. So this is navigational database model. But RDBMS provides a relational model. So this data is stored in rows and columns. Next is data redundancy. Exhibits This DBMS exhibits data redundancy, but RDBMS does not represent this redundancy. Okay, which means that data redundancy means delay that is created by using by accessing delay that are being created for accessing the data in both the uh, models, okay, management systems. Okay, next is normalization not performed, and RDBMS uses normalization to reduce redundancy. So redundancy is not present in DBMS, but uh, this normalization is used to reduce the redundancy in RDBMS. Okay, so this you can see that normalization means data reducing the data by means of finding the duplicate elements or repeated elements. So this kind of reducing the data by finding duplicate elements is known as uh, normalization. So here you can see that normalization is used to reduce redundancy in RDBMS. Next is data access. Consume more time, but RDBMS provides faster compared to DBMS. Okay. So relational database is more faster than DBMS, since DBMS is linked. Okay, so it has to go all the way from starting to end to find the data. But here you can see that RDBMS will find the exact row and exact column when the command is provided. Okay, so that's why RDBMS is faster than DBMS. Next is keys and indexing. Okay, so this DBMS does not use this key and indexing, but this it is established in relationship keys are used in RDBMS. Okay, so there are so many types of key like primary key, secondary key, foreign key, and relational key. So this kind of key can be used in RDBMS in such a way that you can fastly access or relate to tables by using a unique ID. Okay. So next is transaction management. It is inefficient in DBMS. Okay, and error prone and insecure. Okay, so DBMS is a very old version of a management system, and it can be insecure since it is readily available, and most of the user will have been used it and get familiarized. Okay, so you can see that, and even you can see that it is error. Okay, it raises error if any data type is changed as an input. Okay, so next is inefficient. You can see that when you give some commands to retrieve some data, it will take time, and it will it will increase the processing time of the software that is processing with the DBMS. But here in our DBMS, it is efficient and secure. Okay, since it has a very secure way of user accounts and indexing and keying and keyed function, so that it can retrieve data with more faster way. Okay, next is distribution database not supported, but relational database is supports distributed database. This means that a part of a database will be stored somewhere in the world, but a part of the data will be stored here. So it will be distributed means the data will be shared around the world. Okay, so here you can access any data from anywhere, and you can edit the data from anywhere. Okay, so that's what it is. Distributed database. Example of a DBMS is DBS Fox Pro. Example for RDBMS means SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, MariaDB, SQLite. Okay, so these are all the examples of RDBMS. So, data normalization was first proposed by Dr. Edgar F. Code as an integration part of RDBMS in order to reduce data redundancy and improve data integrity. Okay, these rules are known as EF code rules. Okay, so this person who is named as Dr. Edgar F. Code is the person who introduced database normalization. So next is type of relationship. So one to many, many to one relationship, one to many relationship, and many to many relationship. So the first one is one to one relationship. So here you can see that just by seeing the diagram itself, you can understand that one attribute of one table will be related to another attribute of another table, so that it is one to one uh, one to one relationship. Okay, so in one to one relationship, one entity is related with only one other entity. Okay, one row in the table is linked with only one row in another table, and vice versa. Okay, so this is one to one relationship. Next is one to many relationship. So in one to many relationship, one entity is linked to many entities. Okay, so here you can see that a computer can be related to two staffs. Tamil can be related to two staffs, and Max can be related to two staffs. Okay, so these two things can uh, uh, these subjects are related to many staffs, so that it is known as one to many. Now many to one. Okay, so here many entities can be related to one entity in another table. Okay, so here you can see that there is an example. So many staffs. Okay, like Suganya, Bala, and Valarmadi. So these three staffs are related to computer subject. Okay, so this is many to one, and you can see that many to one relationship, many to many relationship. A many to many relationship occurs when multiple records in a table are associated with multiple records in another table. Okay, so example customer and products. Okay, so many customer will be providing or buying many products. Okay, so next is students to course. So many students will access many courses online. Okay, so next is books and students. Okay, so there are so many books, so there that can be read by so many students. So this is many to many. Okay, so here you can see that they have given books and students example. So there are so many books and so many students, so they are all accessed by the students. So the relational model was invented by Edgar Frank Code, okay, father of relational database, as a general model of data, and subsequently promoted by Chris Date and Hug Darwin, okay, among others. So this person is who invented this relational database. So now we are going to see this relational algebra in database. Okay, so this is the same as like your uh, relational algebra in your mathematics. Okay, union, intersection. So these things can be seen in this relational algebra. So relational algebra was first created by Dr. Edgar F. Code while at IBM. So when he works in IBM, he used to do this relational algebra. Okay, so it was used for modeling the data stored in a relational database and defining query on it. Okay, so relational algebra is a procedural query language used to uh, query the database table using SQL. So this is a query language that is used on relational database to access the data. Okay. Relational algebra operations are performed recursively on relational relation uh, to yield an output. Okay, the output of this operation is a new relation uh, which might be performed by one or more input relations. So you'll be just providing a query on a table. So this query will operate on on that table and produce a new table, so that you can view the table. Uh, so one columns and many rows is also a table. Okay, so you can view the table, and so this is relational algebra operation. Okay, it will be done repeatedly. Okay, so when so many users are using the application, uh, then the accessing time will be sorry, the repetition will be more. Okay, next is relational algebra is divided into various groups. Okay, so unary relational operator, that is select and project. Relational algebra operations for set theory is union, intersection, difference, and Cartesian products. Okay, so there are two different categories of work is provided here. One is unary relational, so you need only one parameters to do these actions, select and project. And the next thing is relational algebra operations for set theory. So you need two different sets or um, two different values to do these actions. Okay, so first of all we'll see this select operation. So general format is a symbol R. Okay, uh, with a relational R and condition, there must be a condition. So this condition will be applied on this table, and whatever result will whatever row which is satisfied this condition will be displayed in output. Whatever row which is not satisfy this condition will not be placed in the output. So here you can see that this is a table. So in that they are applying a condition which is known as big data on student. Okay, so student is a table name. So this is select operation on course of big data. Okay, so here you can see that course is a column. So data, big data is a value. So this query will select the rows which contains course value as big data. So here you can see that it provides only two rows which contains big data as course value. Okay, Next is project. The project element eliminates all attributes of the input related relation, but those mentioned in the project list. Okay, so uh, it will just only project the data which is related to the values that are given in the project value. Okay, so here you can see that course example, courses of a student. Okay, um, only you can see that only three courses are there, so only these three courses only will be displayed in the output, not other values. Okay, so if you give names, okay, so only the names will be displayed. Okay, it will not display the duplicate elements, it will display only the uh, single entity of repeated elements. Okay, so next thing is they have given another example, student comma course. Okay, so student number comma course, so this will display only the student number and their courses. Okay, here comes the um, set theory. Okay, so union means these two tables will be integrated into one table. Okay, so here you can see that all the duplicate elements has been eliminated and create a new table with all the elements. Okay, so cs1 Kannan is present there, cs2 uh, Gauri Shankar as present here, and cs3 Lennon, cs4 Padmaja. Okay, so every entity has been present here, so two tables are combined to form a single table is known as union operation. Next is set difference. Okay, so the symbol used is minus sign. Here you can see that uh, this will be a minus b. Okay, so a table minus b table, here you can see that only one operation is only one row is there, cs4 Padmaja. Okay, so that is the answer here. Okay, next is intersection. Only the common elements will be displayed here. So here you can see that only two common elements are here, cs1 and cs3 is the common elements in both the tables, so it displays this two rows. Okay, next is product or Cartesian products. So here you can see that this example is more than explanation. Okay, so table A consists of 1 2 3 and table B consists of S and R. Okay, Cartesian product will produce this table A into table B with 1 S and 1 R, 2 S and 2 R, and 3 S and 3 R. So here you can see that 2 rows in table B and 3 rows in table A. So 3 into 2 is 6. So you can see that 6 elements or 6 rows are there in the multiplication product. Okay, so the same wise here you can see that, so in table A 3 rows are there and table B 3 rows are there, so 3 into 3 are 9. Okay, so here you can see that 9 rows will be there. Okay, so uh, cs1 will have 3 subjects, cs2 will have 3 subjects, and the cs4 will have 3 subjects. Okay, so this is the Cartesian multiplication product. Okay, so with this we'll finish the class today. We'll see the rest of the things in the next class. Thank you, students.